Here we go. Hello, everyone.
Hello, hello.
Dago, aka Zuller.
How are you doing, guys?
How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Can't complain. What about you?
You're probably too young to remember the Budweiser ads from back in the day, where there was one with like some um, yuppies, not like this "What's up" kind of thing, right? That you probably know.
No, I haven't seen it,
No,
but
you
it's
don't. No, you don't even know that. Look at that. But there was one version of this. There were like I don't know, 50 different commercials, which were all like somebody picking up the phone, right? And it's like, what's up? What's up? Right. And they just like shout, what's up? Right. And then there was one version where it was like with these, um, yeah, with these yuppies basically. And didn't say, what's up? But instead, like, what are you doing? What are you doing? And it's just so hilarious. If you know kind of the what's up ads, then this was the Bud Boy, Sir the Frogs. That was also cool. That was the day when people still enjoyed watching ads, right? In the 90s or probably 90s, but um,
ads in the past were cooler. I agree.
um, but I don't know whether there's. I mean, there's probably still cool commercials, but they're less iconic, right?
I don't know. Have you seen like the ads from Nike or Adidas in which they got all the soccer players together and they started to make some amazing sketches? I loved it. It was like my childhood to watch Cristiano Ronaldo and Neymar in the same ad. I lived for it. Nowadays you don't have these ads anymore. Maybe because they are too expensive.
They probably exist. It's just that I feel like they're not getting to us anymore, right?
My
Because
hair is back. Mm, yeah, my
it's
hair
because
is
of your
weird.
background. It's not your hair. It's you need a proper green screen or something,
Do you
or
have a
maybe
green
because
screen?
you're wearing a white T-shirt and sitting in front of a white background,
I'm
whatever.
fucking everything.
Because that sometimes happens when I do that. But or you should have shorter hair or no hair at all. Then you don't have that kind of problem.
Oh, so I see you did that. So you cut your hair because of that. Or
I
wasn't
cut
it?
my hair because I don't have a lot of hair anymore. I used to have wild hair. But yeah. Um,
Did Adrian dye his birds? Good
no,
question.
it's it's black and white, but it does that naturally.
Would you dye your hair? Your bird?
Never ever. I'm
It would
not.
look cool.
I'm not. I don't care enough about what I look like in order to do anything like that.
So as we were talking, we are going to do the Christmas sketch. So you have to dye it of white so you can be Santa Claus.
Um, as Webby says, probably by that time it's all going to be white in this current market and with what's going on. But no, it's going to be awesome. But um, Mad as Santa Claus. Oh, thank God I don't have to dress as Santa Claus. So Mad is going to be it. Okay, that's cool. No, I don't know. Did you come up with kind of a bet idea for? You wanted to basically say do something so that if we lose the bet or if the community basically does X Y Z, then I would actually dress as Santa Claus because I'm open to ideas. Just that I won't do it just like
Uh,
that.
I don't know. I would love the community to say, okay, if we do that, if we do this, then you can do that. But I'm not sure. I mean, last stream we didn't end up with anything at all. We want Santa to drop play, please. Is it play or play? I got confused from the last call. I thought I said it right. I thought it was play.
Yes, please
It
say
is
play.
play. Okay, play.
Ply sounds like the layers in paper in toilet paper. That's 2 ply, 3 ply, right? So that's what I always have to think about when somebody says ply. But it's play. It's just like playing. It's like just like
So
right,
you
just like
play.
play. It's just that it's we're doing this little pun with AI that we replace the Y with an I, but there's no reason to believe that it would be pronounced differently, right?
So
Even if you
play
spell it.
it also makes sense because you have layers in each game. So like the toilet paper, the layers. No, I'm kidding.
dude. But I don't want to be. I don't want to be thinking of toilet paper when I think of my token. Okay.
That's a good one as well. Webby asks,
Friends Paradox PLAI, like Polish artificial intelligence. Um, yeah,
"Are you
why
Polish?"
not? I was born in Poland. I have a Polish citizenship, but I moved to Germany when I was 3. So I'm probably a little more German than Polish because I also have the German citizenship.
Oh, that's
Obviously,
interesting.
that yeah, I still have a lot of family in Poland. I speak Polish. If anyone, I know that some people here are from Poland. Sometimes on chat, so on the Telegram, sometimes I get requests. We have a partner company from Poland, so it's always hard for me to talk business in Polish. I prefer talking business in English, but conversationally, I'm fine, right? And I can order my food and my beers
Good.
and talk to my family about normal stuff, but not about crypto and business stuff.
So the other day I was talking with people because we are already in this stage of the cycle in which normal people ask you about crypto. And now I found it very difficult to explain it in Spanish because I have so many terms in English that when I try to translate them to my mother tongue, it is difficult.
Right?
Yeah, it is weird.
Right.
I mean, it was a weird sensation. I was like, I think I could explain myself better in English than in Spanish for crypto.
And I also think it sounds very weird, right? So if
Yeah,
I talk about crypto in German, um, I mean, you don't translate blockchain, right? Like
exactly.
Blockkette, whatever, right? You don't do that. Um, nie,
What is
nie
it?
mój cyrk, nie moje małpy. Not my circus, not my apes. That's weird.
Okay, good one.
Did you hear that Gary Gensler gave his resignation? Yes, of course. Huh. Lord Zuko is here. Yeah, that's cool. Um, yeah, that's big, right? So if this all plays out in a perfect way, then I would imagine there's no limit to what crypto can do. Imagine um, now the regulatory environment, also the legislatory environment in the US would become very, very favorable towards crypto. For instance, there was this discussion about making US issued or gains on US issued cryptocurrencies tax free for US citizens, right? And if that would be the case, and there was kind of a stable regulatory framework for issuance of assets in the US, imagine what a base token would do, right? Or a Kraken token, or whatever, like these massive US based companies that are in crypto and who now issue their own cryptocurrencies, like just like Trump himself, right? So there's got to be a path towards that, and that would be big. And that's obviously not possible with Gary Gensler.
I think not a lot of people talk about how PayPal released its own stable token. It's already within the top 200 coins within market cap, and it is scaling quickly. Very interesting, and it is also US based.
uh, so this is when the market actually really starts picking up, right? When people who have got nothing to do with crypto actually ask you about it. And I mean, what a choice, right? XRP and Sol. But yeah, I mean, Wax. Come on, what's been going on with Wax? We're at 5 cents, over 5 cents with Wax. I
We're
mean,
over
that's
5 cents.
like when earlier this year when we were at 5 cents, it felt depressing
Now
because we
we're
were coming down from like 10, and 5 cents felt really bad. But now 5 cents feels amazing.
I mean,
It feels like
that's interesting as you said because we're not even close to our highest price that we have achieved this year, which was on March at 11 cents.
yeah. But
So
it still feels, it already feels really good, right? Because we're coming from 3 cents. So we're already, what, 60, 70% up.
we have like a crazy 3.7 million tokens circulating. So it's It's bad.
Um, Rising Dragons asking how many languages do you know, Adrian? It's not that many. It's actually mostly German, English, well, Polish, and then there's a little bit of Spanish. There's a little bit of
Oh,
Portuguese
you know
nowadays.
Spanish?
I had my A1, no A2, I believe, in Spanish, but it's been a while. So I did some Spanish courses. I did a little bit of Czech um, because I used to I used to do a lot of work in Prague back in the day. Um, yeah, that's mostly it. There was a time when I really tried to study languages a lot, but it's really difficult without practice, without actually being
Doing so.
immersed with it. So now being in Portugal, it's much easier to learn Portuguese than before when I gave it a shot, because it's just like you don't have that many reasons to do that.
And it's very similar to Spanish, Portuguese.
Well, yeah, from a written perspective, yes, but from a kind of what it sounds like perspective,
It also
the
sounds
European
similar.
the European Portuguese is very different from, well, the
Oh, might
Spanish.
be.
Um, I can't really say about the Brazilian Portuguese or whatever the Portuguese they speak in Angola or Mozambique, but it's like I was having a hard time, right? And then it's funny because what was that? I rewatched some TV series on Netflix, and they were like, was that Better Call Saul or something? And they had these Spanish passages, and I was like, hey, I can really
I
understand.
understand.
This is so much easier to understand than when people talk Portuguese because it's always like muffled, mumbled, whatever. And it's but yeah, so that's mostly it. I didn't have French in school because in Germany you go to school when you go to mid school you have to choose one second language, one third language. Actually, English is mandatory, right? So you have German and then English, and then you have to choose a second foreign language. And the choice was in our school was between French and Latin. And I
What?
chose Latin because I didn't like
Why?
French. No, it's not. It wasn't about not liking French. It was about not liking the teacher who was presenting French. So I was like, I will not get along with this French stuff. So I ended up going with Latin. So that's obviously a dead language. So there's not a lot of opportunity to talk it, right? But well, that's what they said. Hey, this will give you so much opportunity to learn all the other Latin based languages like Spanish, Italian, Portuguese, French, whatever. Yeah, whatever, exactly.
Okay, so I'm going to sum up all the questions from the chat in just one question is do you have any news about Play?
Um, we do and we don't. So we do because we're making a ton of progress in terms of the marketing campaign and all the stuff that now um, has to look a little bit different with the launch that's coming up now, as compared to if we had actually been able to pull it off in October as originally planned. Right, the market is a little bit different, or the market is actually totally different, which is a good thing. So we also obviously want to leverage all the good parts of it. Right, the goal is, and yeah, it's just a few weeks away. Let's put it that way. Um, so the goal is to have a final date that we'll announce publicly very soon, very soon, and we'll let you know, right? And we're really excited actually about it because it's like, at least in my perspective, it's getting a lot better than what we had originally. It's becoming a lot better than what we had originally thought. But there's still a little bit of work ahead of us, right? So, but we definitely want to launch now in this cool market sentiment, and so we're also cutting some corners now because of that. Yeah, so um, We're pushing. We'll be ready soon.
Okay, good. Bintown asks, are we still in a 14-day period from the announcement?
Mm. I mean, we said at least 14 days. That's why we're working so hard on getting you the date ASAP, because it would be better if we had more time than 14 days. But yeah, we have a target date internally. It's just that before we announce that publicly, we want to have like max confidence that it's going to be this.
I'm going to be the lawyer of the community. Is maybe this internal date within this year?
Um,
Or no
well,
further
the problem is, if I say no, then everybody's going to be furious. If I say yes, everybody's going to be furious. If it ends up not being this,
comment?
right?
Okay,
I would. It's soon. It's soon.
it's a
TM.
hard question, yeah. Okay,
It's and yes, I mean, so far, let's put it that way. We've planned this for Q4, and we haven't communicated a delay for beyond Q4 yet, right? So that should give you a hint.
okay. Very nice hint. Locked Out asks, just to confirm, all current ecosystems value will be honored in the play release? The involved PIP staking, Wombat Wax wallets, exchange balances?
Yeah. Yes, that's the idea, that anyone who has Wombat in any shape or form will receive the respective amount of play instead, or on top.
Okay, good.
Just because I don't want to forget, Shiba Seeker was asking about the rarity payout that was supposed to happen November 1st. Okay, I I received my goldfish as well, and I thought that would mean that he probably sent the not wax but the wombat tokens, the 10% that were supposed to be handed out to people who have that. But if you haven't received it, I probably haven't either. I haven't looked it up, to be honest. So I'll ask him again, or maybe, I don't know, Santiago, if you're in touch with Pop Paragon, you can also do that. But
I don't have the pleasure of meeting him, but maybe you can
oh yeah, then
introduce
I
me.
should
Yeah,
introduce you.
for
Very
sure.
nice person. Very nice.
Okay, cool.
Monster when, or is play also replacing Monster? So we originally were targeting Monster for Q4 as well, which, well, we first wanted to have play out. Let's put it that way, right? So that everything gets easier in terms of handling liquidity and all these things, right? So now for Q4, it's going to get a little bit tight for Monster, but Monster is still happening, and we don't have a final date for Monster yet. But no, it's not replacing. Play is not replacing Monster. Monster is going to come on top. Let's talk about season rewards. Are changes coming to the pool sizes or payouts or anything? What are your what are your thoughts on this?
I mean, of course, increasing the pool price is what everyone wants and what I will want as well. Increasing it now with play being so soon to be released, I don't see it good. I think we should wait for play release, and after that, with all the traction, it might be good to check the pool rewards that we have currently and increase them. I agree with the community. The community thinks we don't want to increase them. Of course, we want the community to play
No,
and
but we
earn.
don't want to generate more sell pressure for the Wombat
Exactly.
token at the same time, right?
Exactly.
So yeah, there's a bunch of options. Been saying that. One option is to basically go back to kind of a wax based payout, right, and have a fixed value. We're looking at kind of what that could be, what kind of sizing that could be, right? So that could actually help with, on one hand, the sell pressure for a potential sell pressure for Wombat tokens. On the other hand, stabilizing the payout value. But if this number is too low, then well, that's not going to gain us anything, right? But yeah, that is a big discussion. I know that this is on top of everyone's minds. I would say if we do what we have planned with the play token, then this discussion will basically stop entirely.
Yeah. Also, we could consider making a Woofy season and setting up the prize pool in Woofy.
That's what has been suggested already, actually. We can do that. We could do that. Again, the question is that substantially better, right? Is that do we actually does that benefit players overall?
Okay.
Yeah, so there was one, not a real question by Rising Dragons, but more like a comment. Daily chests are amazing. I don't have to bother opening or selling packs since I don't get one. Have you had any chance to look at kind of how many packs we've been handing out and like what the odds have been? Because
No, but I'll
we've
ask
been
for the
getting these
numbers right away.
complaints, and I haven't even really looked at mine. But thinking about it, there might be something to it, actually, from my perspective as well.
Okay, I just ask, and we will act accordingly if there is a bug.
Lucked out. Will LP tokens grant play airdrops? The current Wombat Woofy LP on Taco is an example, and while the Wombat isn't in the wallet, the Womwoof LP tokens are. So far, our idea was that we would essentially tell anyone who provides liquidity for Wombat to basically remove that liquidity. Because even if you hold LP tokens, right after the snapshot, what's going to happen is that a lot of people who have received their airdrop will start dumping Wombat, right? So even if you hold the LP tokens and you get your play airdrop, your cash side of your LPs is going to become worth very little, not zero, but very little, right? So we don't want that to happen. So that's why I think the safe way is anyway to tell everyone, hey, remove your liquidity before the snapshot. That's also why we have this 14 days at least period. Remove your liquidity so that you don't run into any kind of counterparty risks, right? For the old token. So that's going to be the safe way. So the short answer is no, we don't plan to airdrop play to LP token holders because we want everyone to remove their liquidity, and we will stop the meal, and we can resume it with play afterwards. But we'll like this will be stopped so that people don't run into this kind of problem, or we don't incentivize people running to this problem. What about the email me and my friends keep getting telling us about the 100K payout? I really don't know where this is coming from, but I'll forward that to our people. Going to is saying, I think it broke. I got 5 packs in 3 days last week. I can't even remember when I last received a pack before that.
Okay.
Um, what's this?
I think it was referring to the prize pool.
But what exactly? I mean, you mean a logarithmic function? Why logarithmic? Oh, but okay.
Make it logarithmic and exponential.
I kind of like the idea of doing that based on the passes burned. Another could be simply to use, well, whatever kind of straight up revenue numbers, right? So, but yeah, um, interesting. Santiago, we have a task to think about this.
Make it logarithmic. Okay.
No, I'm not saying make it logarithmic. I'm saying we should think about it.
I mean, yeah, we should
Like, what is
think
a
of.
good way? What is a good way?
Okay.
Because on one hand, incentivizing people to open packs, that's cool, right? But then again, if then that means that there's just, yeah, but logarithmic is not going to do much like on the end side of it, right? So that's my problem. That once you have 1,000, then having another 1,000 will not do as much, right? And then having another 1,000 would not do as much. So then there's no incentives for people to open packs late, right? And there's kind of the baseline of like 1,200 or so packs that get opened every season anyway, right? So I'm not sure, but what this logarithmic thing, but using the number of open season packs as a baseline, that's maybe not that a bad idea.
Okay.
Can we get a group to go back and audit older collections on P? I saw the Bricks mod complaining about the MP for their collection, I guess. But I was recently looking at the online ins NFT. He has been in Wombat for years now, and most of his NFTs are only 5 MP, even if they are limited to a few hundred or whatever. I would love a group of community members doing or looking at those together with Santiago, right?
I would love to.
But I also think that we should revisit the overall formula, which is based off of, which is kind of very top heavy, based off of the number of mints. And obviously, the market, the NFT market and the wax NFT market specifically have changed a lot over the last, when did we launch Dungeon Master? 3 years, right? So we might want to apply different rules, because back then one of ones were like really, 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 really valuable. Many of them were really expensive. There was a lot more people hunting low mint numbers and whatnot. Nowadays, I don't think that's a thing anymore, right? That you're like super proud of having a mint number 3 or whatever. Maybe mint number 1s are still a thing, but outside of that, I don't think people care a lot anymore.
I also think we should do this. There has also approached a lot of collections asking me if we could improve or boost their resources, because some of them have been getting their collection with gold for a long time.
Yeah,
So
we used to rotate that between seasons sometimes, right? Um, maybe you want to come back to that.
could be, or I mean, if we set up the creator portal, which is an amazing idea, it will be easier. Like, for example, if a collection pays, as an example, 20,001, but then they can get their material like in a roulette, and then they get another different material.
I love this idea.
It
Love
will be
this.
cool.
Can't we do season payout in mob tokens?
I don't think you will like that.
I mean, we can, but the liquidity of these tokens
Yep.
is still very slim, right? And this is not a criticism. This is just the way it is, right? So I think we first would have to build some liquidity for these tokens before considering anything like that. That's why, right, for Wombat and for Wolf and for Wax and so on, that's not a big issue. We could even, I mean, hell, we could even use Wax USDC, but even though, I mean, there's no massive liquidity for those tokens on Wax because there's not massive liquidity for anything on Wax, right? If you have like, I don't know what the liquidity for USDC right now is like 30,000 USDC, right? It's very, very little overall.
It's not a lot.
Compared to other blockchains, but for within Wax, that's a lot, right? So this is one of the most stable coins, which is good. But for the mob coins, there's no way, because if we did that, even if they had a face value of, let's say, a few $1,000s, then this value would be gone very, very quickly if people start selling these tokens. Will the play airdrop process be similar to the past airdrops where we have to have our WAS or Wombat tokens in the Wombat wallet or our DeFi wallets connected to the Wombat wallet? No. Anyone who holds Wombat or WAS will have to, so you don't have to opt in, you will get them automatically. Also in your staked staking smart contract and so on. My mistake, I think the Twitchy payout was Wax. Just checked Wombat, and I do confirm Pop has sent out the payment. Cool. So I'm happy. When will Spielberg stop deceiving users about the amount of tokens being burned? You claim that the volumes on Atomic Hub are growing and the number of users, which means that you are burning tokens at inflated prices. You should be burning them at the prices that are currently on ETH Paul. As part of disclosing this procedure, do you intend to compensate for the outstanding burns for the previous half a year in order to show that your intentions are real, that you support the development of this community? I want to point out that this is a difference of over 100 million Wombat tokens due to the fact that at the moment one Wombat equals 2 Wombat, one Wombat on Wax equals 2 Wombat on Ether Paul, and there were moments when the difference was more than 2.5. So, Mr. Nobody, this is, I think there's a misconception about kind of, I mean, you're right with the price difference, and this price difference has started coming up after the EOS hard fork and the IBC bridge going out of business, basically, right? So before that, the prices were equal, mostly equal. So it's not like this was the case for all of this year, but we're not deceiving anyone in terms of the numbers are wrong. What we do is we literally have set up a way of buying back Wombat tokens from the extra fees that are being created, right? So we don't calculate this number somehow. This is all audited. We're basically just buying back tokens on a daily basis. They get moved to a particular account on Wax, and this is what happens, right? So now, if the token price was lower, this would be more tokens, right? That would get bought back, of course. But we don't really control the price, and we also don't control this kind of buyback mechanism, right? And I think this is what matters here, is that like burning tokens is not really what drives the price or the value of a token, right? What does that? What really helps is creating buy pressure for the token, right? Creating demand for the token, and this is what we're doing with the buyback program for Atomic Hub, and this is what you're referring to, right? Everything else is basically straight up one-to-one in Wombat, but this is where you're saying, okay, we're deceiving you. We're not meaning to deceive anyone. This process is entirely transparent. It's like I said, it's there is a bit of a problem with the price disparity since the bridge has been down. We have been trying to manage this. It's not it's not entirely straightforward to manage this without the bridge, right? So we're working on a way to improve that. Also going forward for play. So that's at most a temporary solution. We can think of compensating for this if that's really something that is like if we're being considered as deceiving people, which is like I think that's not really a correct term, right? Because again, the process is very transparent, and there's a one-to-one burn of the tokens that get bought back on Wax. Then we burn those tokens on Ethereum, right? So you can basically have a look at how many tokens are getting bought back every day. And I think this is what matters, right? That there's literally kind of money that is generated from trading activity that's being used to buy back Wombat tokens, which will be play in the future. Funko Lover is asking, did we ever get compensated for the time we missed when Wombat went down for the 2 days?
Yes, you did. Yeah, I mean, the first word will be compensation. What we did is first we added a task in the Well of Wealth, which is called press the red button and run. So in that way, you didn't miss a lot in terms of runs and getting the rewards at the end of the Well of Wealth. We also made an average of how many contribution points you will have obtained if you kept running for 1 day. It was actually 1 day. So, and we add a little boost to it. So we did send it, and we did give you a compensation, guys.
Good. Hi, Sasha. By the way, Sasha, will you be streaming after? So should we raid you this time? Anyway, Santiago, you're supposed to buy all the packs from the market if packs go below 5 wax.
Which packs? All of them.
Probably any packs. That's a lot of packs.
I have this impulse of buying a lot of gem packs actually, but I have been trying to constrain myself from it because I don't know. I don't know if it is okay for me to start buying and using the buyback of the gems and so on. So not sure.
So long as you can't be so long as it's transparent and you can't be kind of bothered or yeah, you're not misusing the system in your favor, right? Because sometimes, right, anyone could claim if I buy packs and open them on stream, right, and if I get super lucky, anyone could claim, hey, this is rigged and there's like a weird rule in the RNG that gives Adrian a favor. But clearly everyone could see that this hasn't been working out for me, right? So the system is rigged in the opposite way. But yeah, no, I mean, obviously you can buy stuff. You should also be able to play, right? And you can't play if you can't buy stuff. So
okay,
I think it's fine.
I will buy some.
This is for like the things are for everyone, right? So it's like if you don't use it, who else should do?
Actually, guys, we're going to boost. I want to start talking more about gems and boost them a little bit. I mean, the amount of wax we have sent to blends for the buyback option is 200k wax. You have obtained a lot of wax from gems.
That's pretty amazing.
That's
for
a lot.
You, for the community.
I mean, we have been unlucky with the perfect diamonds, but yeah. Besides that, there's a lot of wax that we have given in the buyback. You should take advantage of that.
Beanton Bob is saying, I would be happy to go back to a fixed amount like the $25,000 wax pool. You could put 20k in the experience pool and 5k in the beginners pool. That would be a lot for beginners. Right now it's less, right? Although there needs to be a better vetting system to filter out newbie pool abusers. Yeah. Can we make a community advisory group for this? I think that was the MPs for old collections.
Can you repeat? I was taking a look at the chat. What was it?
Can we make a community advisory group for this? I guess that was
That would be cool. I mean, I was thinking about it. Maybe it would be good to revisit all the collections that we have that are stake on Wombat Master, and we make a poll. So we set up 5 to 10 collections, and we make a governance poll of which of these collections should be rework the mining power, rework the resource, and then we select the top 3 or top 5, and we do audit them along with the community. So if you're down for it, reach me out in a DM and we can get something like that sorted out.
Now you got yourself in a situation, Santiago, because now everyone's asking when Portal, right?
Oh shit!
When this is due? It's because you mentioned it, right? So that you opened this Pandora's box.
You've been
So
talking about the portal since Sasha was here. Was it Sasha's idea?
no, I think
I need to catch up with Sasha. I think we haven't talked in a while. I would love to know
I'm
them.
not sure. I'm not sure actually whether that's true or whether it was something. Maybe Sasha can confirm whether
No, he says no.
you say Sasha's saying no. Okay,
I have nothing to
so
do with
I,
portals.
I guess that was shortly after.
Okay, interesting.
So what's the timeline here? What are you saying? Like, is there any update you can give on this? Like, it's going to be happening?
There's no update on when we will release the portal. We have the concept ready, but in terms of we actively working on it, not yet. We will soon.
Siko Stos is asking. I asked this 3 times, but let's go one more time. Can we get sorting of equipment by last used date? Right now they're sorted somehow.
Okay, I should change it.
And I don't even know whether that's random or like some predefined whatever way they're coming out of the database, or because there doesn't seem to be a real sorting of this, or whether it's rarity. No, I don't think it's rarity actually.
Good. I'm taking note of it, Sikostos. Thank you.
This was another comment regarding the portal with the new formula. So in general, there's the idea for the portal is that there's an active process of migrating your collection as a creator from the old way to the new way, right? So whatever changes we make to the formula now will not impact kind of what's going to be in the portal, because the portal will have a totally different rule about this. Totally different, which is going to be set by the creators themselves. Is it not possible that all the collections to mine all 3 resources? That way, there will also be an equity for all the collections. That sounds so boring.
Yeah, I don't like it. I mean, it wouldn't incentivize trading. It will just encourage people to stick with the same NFTs that they have. Which, to be fair, I understand a lot of people are not trading them actively for Dungeon Master, but we aim to do it. So that's the purpose. And not all collection owners have the time or resources to join this creator portal. I mean, if they don't have the time, they shouldn't get the reward. That's how it works. So if you want to incentivize in the reward, then you have to take out the time, which we don't want the time to be like you should take 2 hours a day. But actually, if you take 20 minutes to set up your collection, then you will have this extra reward.
That should be a total no-brainer, the way we've envisioned this. Speaking of liquidity, that was related to the mob tokens. We're still trailing. We're still trailing like 15 minutes with the questions. So sorry for that, but there's a lot going on in the chat, so it's cool. Blue mob token has an alcove farm up with rewards now. Test pool expires in 2 days, and rewards will be boosted then. Interesting. So maybe blue mob, the blue whale token will then take the lead, or I don't know. Right? It's really interesting, the different strategies that people are applying, that the mob token teams are applying with regards to farms and whatnot, right? So that's exactly what I personally like to see, is that there's different things and they're not entirely symmetric. So also from a use case perspective, that's what I want, that For instance, the wombatiums get used for different use cases, and so there's an actual reason to buy the red wombatium over the blue or the yellow or whatever, right? And so this is when it gets really interesting, that there's kind of real competition, and we see real differences in how the mobs are able to activate their communities to actually get in on those tokens. Right now it's been very uniform, so I also don't want to take sides too much. So when I buy one token, I typically buy the other tokens as well. And when I buy wombatiums, I buy all three wombatiums, right, and so on, and I provide liquidity and so on. But I want to see those differences, and I want to be incentivized to actually get in on one token more than on others. Can I use red mob tokens to make a pool for whale tokens? I don't think so. At least
You
not
can
out of
set up
box.
the reward, but I mean, you can set up the farm. I'm not sure if Alcor is configured so you can use tokens from which you don't have ownership of as rewards. I think. I mean, but if you ask Avril, he will be able to do it. If you don't know who is Avril, Avril is the owner of Alcor. So yeah.
This is precisely something that people aren't doing, right? There's no arbitrage happening really between one side and another. Why does the staking pool keep running out of Wombat, and how do I move my worthless poly to Wax? I think someone asked for a bridge to be made like a year ago, but you said you can't because it was too much liability. Yeah, so running a bridge, well, liability is one thing, right? Running a bridge just for one token is in a kind of decentralized way is really hard, right? If you look at kind of the biggest hacks that have happened in crypto for the last 2 years, these were bridge hacks, right? So there was like how many hacks have there been like on different bridges?
Countless.
So it's very risky, right? And we obviously don't want to screw up all of our ecosystem just because we didn't get the implementation of a bridge right? And it's really hard to make it like entirely fail-safe. So that's true. There was a suggestion that we could have it kind of within Wombat, and it's kind of a centralized way of bridging that I can get behind. So this is something along the lines of this that we're looking at, right? Yeah, that's definitely we definitely will have a solution for the Polygon wax situation or Ethereum wax situation, so that the prices are arbitraged out. The idea is that we will do that after Play releases, so that we don't have to do it for Wombat now and then redo it for Play afterwards. And why does the staking pool keep running out of Wombat? The reason is that we originally wanted to kind of stop additional staking before Play launches, right? So we were actually wondering, hey, come on, let's not have more people stake, so that we have to migrate their stakes. But actually, maybe that's just that's just crap, right? And so that's why we topped it up, kept topping it up again and again, because like the reward pool, when it runs out, it means that there is still enough reward to Wombat for the people who had staked already, but it's just not enough to start staking again. So that was the main reason that we were basically just adding it step by step because of the Play situation. But we may as well, maybe that was stupid, right? And maybe we should just add a larger portion of Wombat to the staking pool, so that you can just stake, and we'll handle everything else after Play releases anyway. I take off my pants and jacket saying I will buy all packs on the market if they are 5 wax or less. Oh, wow.
Okay. Stepping in.
You
included too many pack fragments to the well this season. Ouch. My heart. No, I mean, thanks for the feedback. I will check them so the next season there aren't many bug fragments.
Um, and this, I promised to check that last week, and I actually didn't manage to
I can do
yet.
it for you. Yeah, let me put it
Well,
in
I
the notes.
wanted to give that to you, right? So, because for context, Santiago, the staked season passes of the previous seasons, they remain staked, right? We never implemented kind of an unstake function, so that was it, right? And then we said, okay, we're going to give a benefit of keeping them staked to players, so that we have kind of a loyalty effect over time, right? And originally
Okay.
it was 1,000 mining power, but obviously with mining power dilution, 1,000 mining power is not a lot anymore. So last time we did that, sometimes we alternate between 1,000 mining power and 1% speed, right? But last time we did mining power, it was 2,500 instead of 1,000. But I think that this was just overlooked, and there may be a glitch in kind of how we implemented this. So that this should be changed to 2,500, because that's what we kind of agreed on when we increased it to 2,500. I think that was Pedro who did that. Sasha means all packs, not just Dungeon Master packs. Hey, come on, Sasha, let's start with Dungeon Master packs. There's plenty of them, so.
The packs fragments.
Faded Monsuta needs more love. I think that a lot of the collections on Wax need more love.
Like gems. I'm kidding. So Sasha said, "No, I have nothing to do with portals. It is not true." And then he said, partner portal. Yes, this was me.
Okay.
Okay, good.
Sorry, this one. If the portal happens, what about collections with MIA, like missing in action owners? I guess that's what you mean, right, Prince Bears? I can think of a few that are in DM, but there would be no leader for them. Personally, I think it would be unfair if these collections had no custodian to take care of them at this point. Well, if the creators are MIA, right, then what can we do about it? Um, why would you want to have NFTs of a collection where that's not being actively supported anymore, right? Why would we support this? But hey, I gotta say, we'll keep them stakeable. It's just that they will remain stakeable under the current rules. And if collections want to migrate to the new rules under the portal, then they can do that. And it's going to be an opt in. Um, and then all new collections are going to be under the new regime, essentially. Red Scorpion is asking, with the mob bombation only selling around 25% of the drop, I would suggest a new use for them. Double the amount for sale and make a blend that takes 3 mob bombations and 1 victory bombation. And you get what? Okay. But it's a good idea. We can use the victory bombation and do the original victory bombation blend that I had in mind, also with Pedro back in the day. So we could include the mob formations in this. But I think that one thing is that the mob formations, while they are actually used, is not live yet, right?
Yeah.
So we're a bit late to that. So so that's one thing, but there's also going to be a lot more uses to them, right? So we shouldn't restrict that to just one thing.
Overall, I agree with what you said with me, Adrian, that right now we need to make. Right now, the mob bombations work in a symmetric way. They have the same use cases. I hope that as time goes by and the mob leaders take more ownership over their token, they will start proposing stuff so that we can implement. And so they distinguish themselves, because particularly I don't like that they have similar, they are very similar in price right now, but rather they should distinguish themselves with the actions and the ideas that they have.
Yeah, I mean, one reason obviously is that they were set up the same way, right? With the same tokenomics, everything's the same. And it would have been cool already if there was like more diversity there. But okay, it doesn't matter, because now at least they're comparable in terms of So that's also cool about things like pump.fun, right? All tokens get issued with the same kind of scheme, so you can directly compare which one's performing better, right? If the price is higher, because you don't have to think about supply and whatnot, and lock tokens and tokenomics and whatnot. So that's cool. So this may also be cool around the mob tokens, but there need to be like there should be like if one mob is more successful in promoting their token, the price of that should be 10 times higher than the one of the laggards, right? So then there's more motivation, more incentive for the other mobs to actually get behind their token and do stuff with them, right? I mean, we obviously want to support that, but there should be a lot of stuff that's happening within the mobs
Give me a second, someone is knocking the door.
that actually help drive the value there. Multi-mining NFT collections. Okay. So that was the materials. Can you give me a quality of life fix for Well of Wealth? Take 20 different collections. Can we please make this X out of 20? That's something for Santiago. He's not here right now. There used to be rotational resources on different collections in the past. Can we expect this in the future? So Santiago didn't know about this. Maybe, right? I think we spoke about it earlier.
What did I know about?
You don't know nothing.
Yeah, I mean, every time someone tells me something new, I am like, holy, this game is big.
On the slitted sheet, I said, speaking of packs and old thing, can we please get gold production back in the game with new packs? Please, the cost of gold stuff is insane, and it's needed so much for now clans and boosts. I was always arguing, so long as there's still small gold packs for sale, it means that the pressure is not big enough. So internally, I said that to Santiago, but hey, how about a vote? Right, Santiago, you wanted to do more votes,
I
more
love
governance
votes, yes.
So just ask the community whether we should bring back gold item pack sales.
Which one? The big ones? Because
I mean, the small ones are still up for sale. There's still a few left, right? But it's like, truth be told, it's really hard, or it's fairly hard to blend your way up to the large ones, right, from the small ones. So one could argue that because of the arbitrage that we always talk about, right, it's just very expensive to get to a proper drop chance for items, and the only way is to get gold extractors and gold aggregators, right? So we could consider this. I don't know. I haven't looked at the prices and overall kind of how many packs are opened and whatnot recently, right? It might be worth looking at that because this sounds really urgent. And yes, it's true what on the slitted sheet I said is saying gold is needed more than ever before, potentially. So
actually, this will be an interesting poll because a lot of the gold holders will not like this. Well, not gold holders, but the gold item holders will not like this. So let's see what the poll has to say.
I guess it's going to depend a little on the pricing overall, right? We don't have to bring back the same price or
we could increase
whatever.
it, yeah.
We could. Yeah, I mean, one idea that we had was at some point that mining could be item specific, material mining could be item specific, right? I'll put on my camera just a little. Material mining could be item specific, right? So we could essentially define multipliers per template, so that there could be different gold items that could mine more than kind of the usual amount of gold or less than the usual amount of gold. So we could make gold items light, right? We could do that. It's just
We could add an item in shop that it mines gold little bit, but for you to obtain it, you have to buy it in gold.
yeah. The problem is that that's going to be a maintenance nightmare, right? Because then for each template, you will probably want to define kind of how much resources that mines, right? And that's so we have 70,000 templates stakeable,
Ouch.
right? It's going to be a nightmare.
I mean, not
It's going
really
to
like
become a
an
nightmare,
item,
not
not really
originally.
like a tier
Originally,
or an item, but rather an NFT that is stakeable and produces gold.
yeah, but that's gold, right? That you have to stake gold extractor into Dungeon Master, and that this produces gold upon every run, right? This is the
Okay.
whole concept of gold. We can take this offline, Santiago. We don't have to discuss that here, but I think it's very.
Yep.
Um, we should probably have a. Yeah, we should probably have a vote on whether or not we should bring back some form of new gold items, and then we can think about what.
Okay.
Um,
Sure. It's hi there. Hi, sure. How are you doing?
hey, Sasha, does that mean you want to come on stream? I
Cool.
mean, totally doable. Um, hang on, I'll send you an invite. Um, maybe we can get Sasha live here, which is gonna be fun. Give me a sec.
Interesting.
So this, please do you take care of that. I'll send an invite to Sasha.
So we could create material containers starting with gold. I heard some people joining other clans for short time to donate their gold to another clan. So there are already ways. Make it official. First, I love that people always find a way to continue growing and striving. And it's very cool to see that people are joining other clans just to donate their gold. But in that term, a material container, yeah, we have been talking about making gold an NFT and then you can claim it back. I like the idea, and every time I talk about making gold an NFT, you make that face.
No, I mean, um, I think we spoke about it at some point that we had this conceptual idea of making empty containers, right? So there would be an NFT that you can buy from the shop, right? So let's say that's a 10 gold NFT that's basically just representing 10 gold, 10 gold units, right? And then you would have to blend that with an empty container to basically get a full container,
And to get it
right?
back.
Which contains 10 gold. And then you can redeem that with a Dungeon Master to actually get 10 gold, right? Or whatever. Maybe there's a little bit of a tax on
I love
this.
it. I love it.
So, and then you would get the empty container back, right? So this way, because then it's empty, right? Because this way, you could make materials tradable, right? In a kind of
I like it. I don't know if I like the idea of you getting back the container.
whatever. It's all up for debate, right? But that was the idea, at some point, or there was an idea like that. Um,
Our clan has 60k gold. Can we tokenize that? I mean, you will in the future. I mean, I love it, and we can work towards it.
but Ibro is saying not more packs. What you need to do is adding more blends for blending the rarest parts. Centrifuge has a blend, needs one for the heart too.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Good feedback.
If that's
I need to check up the blends. The problem is I don't know the blends in by memory yet. So every time we discuss this, I have to check them back and say, okay, it works this way.
what determines how much resource is given per run. There's basically a factor, so it's I think it's basically just like um, we have rate per 24-hour run, right? And then so basically coal per each item. Let's just say I don't know what the real number is off the top of my head, but let's just say there you get 20 coal per NFT per 24-hour run, right? Per NFT that you have staked for coal, right? And then there's so if let's just imagine for the sake of this example, I don't think that the number is really 20, right? But then there's a factor of 4 between coal and iron and uranium and gold, right? So if each staked item would give you 20 coal, each coal staked item would give you 20 coal per 24-hour run. Then for iron, every item would give you 5, right? And for uranium, every item would give you 1.25, which is again not the real numbers, right? And then we would break this down to hourly runs and 6-hour runs and so on, so that you get the proportionate amount of the respective run, right? So this is how it's calculated. So also that means that the more speed you have, the more materials you produce, because you basically do more runs, right? So because this is normalized towards 24-hour runs. So this is how it's determined. Essentially, there's a fixed rate per basically run duration that you get per each item staked.
Actually, no, I have an idea, but I don't think it is ready to tell you yet.
Look at Captop's idea. Would putting new gold items on the Polygon blockchain make any difference?
Interesting. I like it. I think Polygon needs more love. There are a lot of collections we should
Damn right
make
you are.
unmistakable there. I have been waiting for Play in order to start reaching out more collections within Polygon, so we can start make them mistakable. But yes, I love Polygon. I mean, I like it a lot. I like a lot Polygon. I like a lot Wax and Solana. So yeah.
Just a quick more ones before we get our guest on here. Will our vault be converted and stay in the vault, or do we have a time in which we need to unstake and be converted into play? No, you don't have to do anything. We'll be converted into play while vaulted. Follow up by Robot. If an empty container is too complex, no, it's not about the empty containers actually, but just offer a full container in the Dungeon Master shop with a small 1-bit fee. The container would be burned upon redeem. I prefer the empty container, but I guess it takes more than 420 days to implement. The empty container is not the problem.
Yeah.
It's the problem is the redemption part of it. Like problem. This is
We
what
can
would
actually
need to
make a
be
building
implemented.
for it, like the market for the clans, and then the clans will need to build the market for them to start liquefying their gold or their assets.
Don't do that. Don't no.
Why?
Don't you ever do that for clans. If you do that for clans, because clans have the bank, that's gonna go insane, right? This is gonna be broken. No.
Okay.
Do that for individual people's resources.
For individual people, okay.
So there's a lot of stuff out of the box there. Prince Paradox saying EOS needs more love. I would agree to that, but there's so few NFTs going on EOS right now. It's crazy. Okay, so okay, let's just get this dude on.
Hello.
Look at him. Hi, Sasha, what's about your mic?
Is it working now?
Yes.
We can hear you. Just seem far away. You don't have a proper mic.
Let me change that. I used my AirPods now as a mic. Now it's better.
There's no difference.
Who is this new guy? He's the man, the legend, Sasha.
So I can come nearer. Maybe the MacBook makes
that.
We can hear you
That
better.
seems better.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's just 10 centimeters more near. So
yeah. So who is this new guy? Is there anyone in this chat who doesn't know Sasha?
Oh yeah, there are several people, really.
Oh, crazy. Sasha, could you tell anyone who you are and why you're here suddenly?
Oh wow. The first one is easy. The second one is way harder. So who am I? I'm together with Adrian, the originator, I would say, of the Dungeon Master. I've been there the first like 9 months, the first 3 to 4 seasons, being responsible for Dungeon Master, and for a long time being the public face of Dungeon Master. Right? So people, I've been streaming a lot, talking about a lot about Dungeon Master. Season zero OG Prince products. Yes, you're right. We did not start with season one, but with season zero, another pool of 25K, but 10K. So has been a little different 3 years ago. So and how does it that I come back now is like I've seen a lot happening in the space. I was peeking again in what's happening in the black space and what's happening to Spielberg's Wombat Atomic Hub. And so yeah, I found Twitchy Tides some weeks ago, and I was like, that's a nice idea. That's like a nice next step after the grab push, and had some ideas around what one can do with Twitchy Tides and what one can do with different things. And I poked Adrian once in a while on this Tavern streams. You may have seen that about that. I want to do special stuff for Wombat and Dungeon Master, and you poked him enough so that we talked again, right, Adrian?
Yeah, I mean, community also has been asking about you, and when was that? 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago when you set up your Twitty Tides like 24-hour, 24/7 kind of stream, right? And I obviously always raid people after at the end of the stream, and everyone was like, "Hey, we want to raid Sasha," and I was like, "Hey, cool, Sasha is streaming again. It's been so long, right? Because back in the day." Exactly. When Dungeon Master started becoming a thing, Sasha was the one actually who started streaming on this channel about Dungeon Master once a week, right?
Cool.
And only after Sasha left, I was the one taking over these streams, and ever since it's the Tavern, right? But before that, it was I don't know whether it was just once a week or multiple times a week. That you sometimes you streamed multiple times a week, I believe. Then you started streaming privately as well, right? And all kinds of things happened. But you would basically discuss kind of crazy ideas going forward with the community and showed them sketches of new things and whatnot. And and then I took over. I took over Sasha's stream essentially, and it became the Tavern, which has now been running for like more than 2 years. Because I think season 5 was probably the last season because this is when we introduced the Well of Wealth. I think that was season 5.
Yeah,
Um,
I've been there with the Well of Wells, and then I think I left right before season 6 started.
yeah, so 6 whole seasons, and Sasha was the creator of Dungeon Master back in the day, running the whole thing, being involved with all the fancy big and small things, and a lot of them we've actually made a reality. A lot of the things that we had in mind back then that we discussed have never become a reality, like vehicles, like multiple dungeons, like
The creator
characters,
portal.
like the creator portal. Right, a lot of the things have not yet or never become a reality. So what you think about the game compared to when you started back in the day, the first, like,
Wow,
season 0?
it's completely different. It has a lot more complexity, a lot more of variety on how you can play the game, what you're like aiming at, right? In the beginning, it was just like stake the NFTs with the most mining power, and now you have join a clan, build houses, go for gold or go for another material. We have more chains now. We started with EOS and Wax. Now I guess you've got Polygon already for quite a time, and maybe working on something else. Solana. I don't know, but I've heard this latter term like quite a while ago. So
I won't comment.
you won't
No
comment.
further comment from Adrian.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, so the game is going in so many different dimensions, right? So
Are you
it's
still
it's quite
playing,
cool.
Sasha? Do you still
No,
play?
I stopped playing um when when my collection became stakeable. You maybe recall that I have drawn NFTs on stream, made on stream, and I
Yeah.
ever had two versions. I had one for Katerina, and I had like a one that was going to be sold. And you also did the one. You also moved the one of ones into the stakeable NFTs, and Katerina staked them.
Mhm.
And like after one day, somebody complained and told that this was already set up by us to be like that, and that this was our entire plan to just get our collection into Dungeon Master and stake our own one of ones then. And so we decided to completely step back out of Dungeon Master, so nobody can tell that we prepared anything to stake our own one of ones. Maybe it wasn't also the best move that Katarina did, but she was like, they decided to put them in so I can stake them.
Yeah,
But
because by
together we
default,
decided,
we included all templates from every collection and applied the respective formula, right?
yeah. So
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 we
I,
were
I felt like it 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 was okay to. I mean it was a proper step to say, hey, we don't want that that somebody tells this is a shady move from us, and so we decided, hey, we go completely out and don't stake anything anymore. So we moved everything, and I once in a while I do a one, but I haven't anything staked. So, but as I know that I'm getting like the minimum amount possible, like 0.00001 wax in the end of the season, I'm like staking. I'm just doing one per season. Um, but yeah, recently I've been invited to the Wombastics clan Discord, um, and listening and seeing what they're talking all about, and how they enjoy playing the game and what ideas are coming up on their side. And it's quite incredible. Even as far as they asked me, and maybe we get a bridge now. They asked me to do clan closing for them.
show it.
Should I show it?
Show
Yes,
it.
of course.
Let me download the images. I don't know. Do you know Flawless, the person, the user?
Everyone knows flawless.
Oh yeah, okay. Everyone use so Flawless poked me
Flawless
and
has been
got me in.
showing me some stuff as
Okay,
well.
and
So
yeah,
I've seen it. I don't know about
you've
Santiago.
you've seen it.
For
I've
Okay,
seen
sure.
some.
so let me
Also, the last
Flawless.
music track I sent you was from Flawless.
I know. Flawless has made amazing music with AI about Wombat and stuff, and I still want that to be released on our channels because
It's cool.
it's. I mean,
how can I share
I,
this?
you,
Aura.
you can't imagine the quality of music that's unfathomable, right? What's happening? So
Oh my god.
this is actual stuff that's already made.
That's actual stuff that's already been delivered. That the photos have been done by Flawless himself.
Amazing. Flawless. Amazing.
So he has done
And
these.
it's a hoodie, right?
It's a hoodie, yeah.
Holy.
So Katerina and I, we've been quite busy setting up our professional machinery at home. So I don't know if you recall, Adrian. Just after I joined Spielworks, I asked you to do work for an old employer.
Hmm.
like a few hours per week. And after after I did this, I spent the first money from that for traveling, and then I found, hey, this is quite hard because I need to tax 50% of the money. I wanna dig deeper and just buy cool fancy tech stuff. So I bought like a camera, automatic camera with an API stuff, and 3D printers, and our latest edition is an industrial grade fabric printer. So there's a new printing mechanism technology out there since around 3 years, which is called DTF, which means direct to film, where you print the ink on a film and then transfer it to a shirt like this one. And the cool thing about this is, compared to our old printing technologies, this is not like getting scratches. Like, if you buy printed shirts and you wash it, and after 3 times it has these
Yes,
ugly scratches.
yes, 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 yes.
That's not happening with this printing
Oh, that's
technology.
cool.
um, and that's darn cool. And yeah, we got a request from a magic store to print them a lot of shirts, and they wanted the best quality. So we went to our supplier for printing technologies, and they yeah, sold us this big machine, and now we are like able to print really cool stuff on really cool fabric. Because, Adrian, you also know this Stella fabric. um I guess the most you wear from Atomic Hub and on is based on Stanley Stella.
Yeah, that's the stuff that we bought for Spielworks employees as well. And that's also what we got because that was that was the thing, right? We also inherited the merch from Atomic Hub after the acquisition, and
I need some merch.
we yeah, you should come to Europe, then it's not a problem, dude. Uh,
Yeah,
um,
just come with empty
I
luggage
don't
and
have
leave
merch.
with
um,
merch.
shipping to Ecuador is probably not like it's probably easier to just go by person. Um,
Adrian is
uh,
going to send me $50 and say, "Hey, buy something cool for yourself. Stop bothering."
I mean, the whole idea with like in general the plain shirts and so on, they're really high quality, right? So that's why we like them, and also ordered that stuff, hoodies and other t-shirts, Wombat Spielworks related stuff. So now you have the same quality. This is cool. So um, when Wombat and Dungeon Master and Atomic Hub merge for the public?
Oh yeah, quite soon, because Adrian and my company, so Spielberg's and Key Moments, signed a contract that we can start producing Spielberg's Wombat Atomic Hub related merch.
So I will
Um,
finally
I,
get merch.
there will be finally public merch. I mean, 3 years ago, like 2.5 years ago, we already did our first try with a shop I set up with this like spreadshirt or something like that. Um, and now it's me producing the shirts together with Karina. I guess the largest problem is about shipping to places that are far away from Europe. Um, we need to find a way to make it affordable. I've looked at the prices that DHL is taking for a package, and it's around like $50 for a package to the US with 5 kilos. So that's quite a lot.
And that's not
Um,
the only problem. There's customs on top, right?
yeah, I guess the customs are not that much of a deal compared to the shipping.
Well, if you ship a lot, then there's going to be a lot of customs on top.
Yeah, but maybe we will find ways to like um, ship a lot to one person in the US to reship it. So currently, I'm looking into what we can do about the shipping fees, because that's the thing that already holds most people in Bombastic clan back to order things, and I can completely understand it because it's like not reasonable to buy a hoodie that is like $45 and pay like $100 in the end. Nobody wants this.
So Bombastic hoodie is not worth $100? Come on.
It is, it is, but two bombastic head hoodies would also be worth $100. Um, so let's see what we can do about the Spielworks Dungeon Master Wombat hoodies, and also get one to Ecuador.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Sasha, I have a question for you. I was thinking about you like 3 weeks ago. I remember that when we were talking, you mentioned that you had a wallet for your son, right?
Yes,
Do you still have it? Is it
yeah,
something that
sure.
I'm still
It's
doing?
it's it's still untouched. The wallet is called Fabrice is one. We opened it up for Fabrice's first birthday. There are some wax inside. Sometimes we are claiming the rewards. Um, but so we're not taking anything from that wallet. We're giving it to him, and when he's 18, now he's 3.5 already.
Oh man,
Um,
I'm old.
so yes, Fabrice still has his wallet. I'm putting the wallet in the chat. He's happy for everything. Um, Fabrice is one. Happy for everything you sent to him. It's a wax wallet. Um,
Come on,
um,
Sasha, don't ask for donations to your son here on
oh,
stream.
come on! It's not for me. It's completely altruistic. It's for my son.
You set it up like 2 years ago, right?
Yeah, on his on the
Time
20, I
flies,
guess,
man. That
25th
shit.
of March, something like that. 2 days before his birthday, I guess. Yeah.
I'm curious how many mob tokens are gonna arrive on the wallet.
So, may I tell a bit more about the Twitchy Tides idea that is running on my channel?
Yeah, go ahead. I mean, we rated you last time, and we were
No,
like,
2 weeks
"Hey,
ago.
let's."
2 weeks ago.
Last
Last week you did not
the,
rated me.
the other
I've seen
time. No,
that.
because we won't raid. We don't want to raid channels that have no people talking on them, right? There's a
Yeah,
lot of
I
other
completely
ones.
get that.
Um,
Everybody's in front.
Chucky just sent fragments to Fabrice. I mean, just one thing before you talk about your stream and Twitchy tides and stuff, because it's awesome. But you obviously still remember the first NFT that we made on OnePlay back in the day, which were the confettis,
Oh yeah,
right, on EOS, and obviously the infamous confettis have yeah, they have become really really valuable eventually,
really?
right? Because we started using them in things, right? So you need them to blend letters in the Wombat Prime collection, and or
Ah,
to rotate letters in the Wombat Prime collection. So now they're really, really popular, right? And we've always been joking about confettis because they're so useless, and they're the only use is that it's cosmetic and whatnot, right? And then at some point they became really, really popular and really sought after, and there's not enough confettis ever. So
I
I can
still got
imagine
mint number two of confetti.
I can imagine something like that happening to the fragments at some point. So, if Fabrice's one receives a lot of fragments, then those might become really valuable. By the time Fabrice actually gains
Big
control
win.
over his wallet, and he sees like, oh wow, there's like 1,000 fragments. Oh wow, they're like at $10,000 each because they're like
Wow.
black lotuses, black lotuses from back in the day, right?
Oh yeah. You know,
Look,
Edwin, what was my first NFT?
your first NFT, probably like a Hero Zero one.
No, I sent it in the chat. That this was my first NFT.
Well,
It's an
don't links
Adrian
are not.
Creon.
I think
It's a
links are not
public chat,
allowed.
not a private one.
I think links are
Adrian
not allowed, so
Creon.
people this is
Oh,
blocked.
oh, I can see it myself. So I put it here. It's the Adrian Creon EOS mint number one.
Ah, there was those votings, right?
The Genesis Eden. I see the video is not there anymore, is it?
It's all cool. Maybe you got banned.
No.
But yeah, there was this Eden project, and they had this like decentralized governance, and that was funny in a way. So yeah, cool. You have the mint number one, Adrian.
Yes, my first
Interesting.
NFT.
He owns you.
Okay.
I think I paid like 10 EOS or something, and EOS was like
He
not
was
that low that back then.
EOS was worth something, yeah. I mean, now EOS is back, right? EOS is back at what, 80 cents or something.
Oh man, there's
So
no way.
we're going places even on EOS, but I mean, obviously, most of the EOS that I had bought was at $4,
What?
$6, $7, right? So it's just like those people who got in on wax for 40, 50, 90 cents back in 21, 22. Um, they're hodling. They're not selling their wax.
I got
Right.
in at 45, 50 cents. Yeah, I can relate.
Right. Right. Okay,
Wow.
Sasha. So what's up with your stream? So because if we're supposed to raid you, then ever
You full
again,
started.
and there's
Ever
no
again.
human on that stream, we want to see something.
So
Yeah, I saw that
at
as
least
well, Robert. I saw that as well. That they rebranded, right? The logo. Yeah.
So at least 1 hour ago, I started my video on my stream, so people can recognize and see me. But so what's happening on my stream? You're playing Twitchy Tides, and you can play 24/7 by automatic games, and the winner is getting loyalty points called Ancient Fraction, and you're getting Ancient Fraction for winning the Twitchy Tides, for being online, for avoiding something in the chat, and you can dig for NFTs with Ancient Fraction. But the digging pool currently just has Carabiner packs, Sasha packs, and FX packs. I don't know if you know FX, Edwin, but so
Yeah. I know that this is you bought the free. You can get free wax accounts on the FX extension, right?
exactly. FX accounts as NFTs tradable that you can redeem them. So what we're doing now is we're having a stream where you can play, and it has like an intense advertisement amount, like 22 minutes of an hour are advertisement, and this means we're getting some money, some substantial money from Twitch for the advertisement. And the money we get from Twitch, we're putting back to give our people, our viewers and players redeemables like hoodies. And the basic idea is those hoodies will be NFTs. And so you get an NFT, which is a hoodie, and then you get an NFT, which is a color, and then you can blend them, and then you have a colored hoodie. And then you can put a size on it, like 2XL. And the size, the color, and the hoodie itself, they can be found and digged in the pool as soon as they're ready. As so far, I just got the graphics done and tried to put them on the chain and failed miserably 2 times 2 days ago. Um, then you will get you can purchase a box for Zasha token, and all the Zasha tokens you spend for the box, 100% of them are getting burned.
Okay.
And you need a label, a shipping label, like a shipping label to Germany, a shipping label to Ecuador, a shipping label to the US. And they will be sold for hard wax. So you can buy them for a specific amount of dollar that costs us the real shipping. So everything else, you can get Zasha token for the loyalty points. You can get everything else for just being there and playing. But there is something you need to put on your hoodie, right? So you don't want an empty hoodie or an empty shirt. You want a picture on an image on it. And so we're working with the people that I learned that I met 2 years ago from different collections. Like we're trying to get Twitchy Tides on board, and want to talk to Adrian and Sally and more, to have an NFT from their side to be blended inside the hoodie, so it's burned, and you get like this motive or another one related to the collection on your shirt that is shipped to your house. So in the end, the only thing you need to do is play Twitchy Tides on my channel and have luck digging, and in the end, purchase the shipping label. Everything else can be done by just playing and connecting on Live with Sasha Twitch.
So you're basically, because somebody, Prince Paradox mentioned the Byron shirts, right? So you've been
Oh
kind
yeah.
of connecting this concept from back in the day when we had this collab with Byron, with the zombie T-shirts, with kind of yeah, some other mechanics to complete your order. And so these are all going to be NFTs. So is that system live yet, or when is this going live?
So currently, I have the graphics done by a famous artist that is also working for Spielworks.
So you retain some connections there.
I retained. Yes, definitely. I'm retaining some connections. All of the Zashu graphics that we have, and all of the stickers you may recall or not recall because they've not been there 2 years ago. They've all been done by some designer we all have seen other graphics from in Dungeon Master at least. Um, so we have the graphics ready. I wanted to uh, it to be one NFT that is changing. Like I wanted the hoodie to be completely changeable. Like you have a hoodie with a size and the color attribute, and they are not set. And if you blend the color in, I wanted the mutable attribute just to change and not a new NFT to arrive. That was the basic idea, because I would need like a lot of blends if I like have a lot of sizes, colors, shirts, hoodies of different types. Then this would be crazy. So I wanted the base NFT to stay the same, and the blended NFTs, the blend in NFTs, just to be burned and change the attributes. And uh, I already did something wrong setting up my templates twice. So I instead of going further on the live server, I may need to go on the test system and to try out setting up the templates, and then I need to write the smart contracts. Um, I guess with the smart contracts, it will take some time since I don't have any vacation days left this year. So it will take
AI
maybe
will do it
until
for you. Just let AI
AI.
do it.
Oh yeah, and if
Yeah,
not
I hope.
AI, then I'm asking Zalo on Moritz. I guess Moritz is having a lot of time for me.
Definitely.
I have a task for you guys. If you use ChatGPT, ask ChatGPT, tell me something about me based on all the interactions that I had with you that I don't know about myself, and see
Wow,
what ChatGPT
that's
answers to you.
crazy.
What? Say
So
that
you have
again.
to ask ChatGPT, tell me something about me that I don't know about myself based on all the interactions that I have had with you.
So ask ChatGPT to tell them something about you, Zuller.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah,
based on all the interactions that you had with ChatGPT.
Okay.
that's crazy. That's, so yeah, maybe I'm also going to use some AI to help me on the smart contract. I mean, I have this old FX contract that I can use as a template. For now, I guess the most important thing is to get the NFTs live. Because as soon as they are live and people know me, they can just ask me, hey, I give you this color, please change my mutable attribute, and I can do it manually on Atomic Hub because this platform allows me to
You may
look
want
into
to
each.
use Nifty blocks upgradable NFTs for that. Actually, it's very simple.
Okay.
But we can take that offline. I can just.
NFT block
This
upgradable.
is
Okay.
really the easiest way of doing it.
Okay, yeah, but that's the basic idea. So basic idea is you play having fun, level your fishes, and get some cool goods. And okay, you need to accept that we have tons of advertisement on the channel, but the advertisement is what pays for the goods.
All right. Got that. So, Sasha, one last question from me to you, because we also have to play a round of Twitchy Tides here before we wrap up the stream. But you mentioned that you will have to use Sasha tokens to buy an empty box or something like that, right?
Yes.
What else can people do with Sasha tokens? Because the Sasha token has been around for like a year or so, and it's been going up for a while now, but I mean, liquidity is really crazy low. Anyway, what's up with the Sasha token?
So for now, as I said, the first thing we're doing is making the boxes available only for Sasha token. So if you want something shipped, you need Sasha token, and you can earn them by exchanging Ancient Fraction for Sasha token, or go on Alco and switch and swap, and that's quite cheap still. May change in the future if more people are getting into it.
So how much Sasha do you need to buy a box?
It will be 1,000 Sasha.
Okay.
1,000.
So
And 1,000 is,
everyone's like secretly buying 1,000 Sasha now.
and maybe we also make it 1,001. So 1,000 Sasha token is just about half a wax. So
Right now, but like I
right now,
said,
yeah, right.
there's very, very little liquidity in the market for it. So if people seriously
Yeah.
start buying that stuff, then
Yeah, it's
gonna be
like
crazy.
already having 3.2% price impact if I buy 1,000 Sasha now.
Yeah. So you need to deploy more liquidity for this, Sasha.
Yeah, I know, but I just spent all my last wax I had for the Sally fish. I wanted the extreme version of the Sally fish, so I needed to buy 21 fish and blend. So I'm out of wax right now. I think
You
I
need to
still
buy more
got
wax.
like I still got like 3.5, no, like 350K nifty, but they're all
How much did you
fake.
say?
350K, something like this.
Holy.
Yeah, I mean, I have like, I guess like at least 100K per collection. Teddy Colorful, Made on Stream, and Wax Names FX. Each have like 100K at least to be tier 3 staking, and then I have some on top.
That's a significant amount of
What a
NFT.
whale of Nefty.
Yeah, that's
All right.
quite a lot. So
maybe
so-
maybe you can get some wax from Fabrice.
yes.
So
Thanks a
Fabrice
lot
should
that I
have
could be
his
around.
tokens in a liquid stake token. That's all I'm saying.
So
Yeah, probably.
That Fabrice should have his tokens in a liquid stake token.
I will ask you how to do that.
For sure.
But we're doing this offline. So thanks a lot. I need to go back into my stream because you said you're going to rate me if I'm there.
No. We're gonna rate you if the chat decides to rate you.
So, Chad, what do you think? Shall we rate Sasha?
Later. We'll do
Later.
a quick round of Twitchy Tides, and then we'll rate. And if chat wants to rate Sasha later, then we'll do that. Okay.
And I get my mic running.
All right.
Thanks a lot for your time and for making me being able to tell about the stuff I'm doing now.
Cool. Thanks, Sasha, and good luck and have fun. I mean, some people will definitely go over and check out Live with Sasha. All right, yeah, let's do a quick round of Twitchy Tides. Where is it? There we go. Everyone! Exclamation mark Wombat to join. Hey, is anyone using their maybe Shiba Seeker will be using their golden wombat skin? That would be so awesome. Anyone who has that?
I have a question. So there is no longer Grabfish, but we have Twitchy Tides, or Grabfish is still active?
Shiba Seeker is using the golden one. We can still do Grabfish.
Okay.
Grabfish is still around. It's just Twitchy Tides is a similar but different product that has been increasingly popular as compared to Grabfish. So
Okay.
at some point we started kind of alternating between Grabfish and Twitchy Tides, but it seems like Tides has become more popular. That maybe the Grabfish team will do something about that and kind of counter with whatever cool community building, whatever it is, right? But so far, recently, the Twitchy Tides has gotten the upper hand. So, and I mean,
We have to give away.
people building basically. I'm sorry, lucked out. Maybe that's something we need to, or you should report to Twitchy Tides to Paragon, but maybe I'll also ping him. What I want to say, I don't know. What do we give away actually in today's stream?
Guys, what should we give away?
I'm asking you, not the chat. The chat will say
A perfect diamond.
some amazing what Grandmaster packs.
About the Grandmaster packs. Never mind, you will get an announcement today.
You wanted to say something about the Grandmaster packs.
Yeah, but they will get the announcement.
So
give out small pieces of bread. Okay, the Grandmaster pack is coming tomorrow. That's it.
Tomorrow.
Dark Matter packs for top 50. The ETA Rhodium packs for the top 50. What do you think?
Yeah, that's exactly what we want to do.
For sure.
So what? We still have? Do we still have wood medals left? Do we want to hand out? Yeah, we still have a bunch of wood medals. So is it supposed to be like chat? Is it supposed to be wood medals for the top 10 or small gems packs, simple gems packs for the top 3?
Interesting. Zen Peoples for Champs being upgraded. We will do a governance poll for it. So we're working right now. The boost is 25 MP. We're thinking if we should do it up for MP, but we will let the community decide. Top 3 gems and from 4 to 10 wood medals.
Okay, deal, Mass Bass. We'll do it like that.
So I was thinking, I would love for more perfect gems to be around, because if we get the Overlord to vote for the collection to get the boost to be gems, it will be madness.
Is that what you want? You
I
know,
love to
sometimes
see-
you can't put the genie back in the bottle. Sometimes, you know.
I love to see people getting shake their ground a little bit.
Oh, that's what you want. Okay. Interesting thinking here.
So, guys, if you don't know, gems are stakeable for mining power in Dungeon Master. So far, we have 350 NFTs staked.
compared to the total amount of gems that we have, that's probably not so bad. But
Yes, I was taking a look at them. A lot of them have been burned. For example, the cheap topaz, there is a total of 486 the mint NFTs, but 330 have been burned and 36 are staked.
because
So it is a pretty good number.
that's what it's supposed to be, right?
There's a
People are
perfect
supposed to
diamond
blend them
stake.
up.
There's a perfect
That's
sapphire
that's
stake,
what they're.
a perfect topaz, and a perfect amethyst stake.
Yeah, they're good. They're good to stake. All right. So Shiba Seeker, I want to see that the golden wombat live. You'll get an extra wood medal for using this. And so yeah, let's get this rolling because I got to run and let's start. So top 3 are getting a small gems pack, a simple gems pack.
Good luck.
4 through 10 get a wood medal.
Gods of Valera is here. He was silent this stream. He didn't say anything.
A few people were really silent, but others were really
I'm
busy.
alive. Come on, let's go for that gems pack. No!
I think you might be a winner. So Forest Lair is definitely a winner. Boss King, come on, dude. It's really.
You can give it to Pogren. You can give it to Pogren.
No, you give it away to somebody of you.
I'll give it away to somebody.
Pogran, Canvas. So the top 3 getting the gems pack. Pogran, first time winner here, I think. Canvas, Lexilex, Shinpaichi, come on. Mike Bong, Lucked Out, and Puzzler are getting the wood medals, and same with Shiba Seeker. Okay, cool. So let's so GG's there definitely. Let me quickly transfer that over. And then we got to do the raid. Who are supposed to raid? Do you want to raid Sasha or do you want to raid somebody else? Just asking the chat here.
GG. Abe, Sasha.
Abe or Sasha?
Come on, guys. Fast. Sasha.
All right. Good.
Okay,
You got it. You got it.
He was co-hosting today. He deserves it.
Okay. You got it. I've got to run. So Sasha is live. There's going to be some more stuff going on. So have fun with Sasha. And see you all next week. Have a good one. Thanks, everyone, for your questions. Thanks, Santiago, for being here with me again.
Thank you so much, guys, as always.
Bye-bye.
Have a good one. Okay.